to take up some of the fluid to mix the medication. I'm just getting any extra bowls out now. It's just easier. I don't have to deal with them. They say flick it, but it kind of hurts to flick it. So I'm just taking up, I'll take just over 1 cc of the saline solution, just because I like to have a little bit extra. And then I just basically pull that bottle back off, and I'll set it to the side because I know I've already used the saline. And then I just pull it back a little bit to have a little bit of air go in, so it kind of makes it give it a little bit more pressure. Then I'm just going to put on one of the medications. Flip it up. I'm on Brevel, Menopur, and Brevel. So I'm on 150 units of each. So then I just kind of swirl it very so slightly, and you'll see that all of it turned to liquid. That was, it was just a powder. So then I just draw it all back out, and I make sure that there's like air there. If there's some in the bottle, sometimes I'll just push it back up because this medication is very expensive. So I try to make sure I get all of it that I can back out. And then just pop that one back out. That one's gone. So like I said, there is powder in there that you can kind of see, like a white powder. Push the next one on. And it dissolves pretty quickly. If it doesn't, like I said, just gently shake it around. The less bubbles you get into it, the better, obviously. Alright. So I'm just going to keep doing that quickly with the other two, because I have 4, like I said, in total. So there is that one. So if you let go, it kind of, the air pressure that I've built up is kind of, does that. It pushes the air back out, so it kind of helps me draw it all back out quicker, and like less chance of leaving, you know, some behind. Just going to do the last one. So I'm on this is my 3rd day of injections, and I will go back before I do my 5th day. Like I go back on my 5th day of stimulation medications. I go back to the doctor to have an ultrasound to see how I'm responding. So I won't actually have done the 5th day of injections. I kind of always worry a little bit that I'm not getting it all. Anyways, I did get it. Okay, so basically when you get to that point, I just draw back a little bit more just to make sure that it sucks it all out of the top, so that you don't have any sitting in the Q-cap. And then I just twist the Q-cap back off, put it somewhere where if it drips somewhere it's not a big deal. And then you just put your needle tip on, turn it, and then I take the cap off. I've already cleaned my stomach where I'm going to do the injection. And I just pull back a little bit just in case there's some fluid stuck in the end of the needle. And then I just go slowly up. Until you see the slightest little bubble of fluid. And you know you're ready to go. And I'm going to inject, but you won't be able to see it. I've got my shirt all tucked in here. I'm just going to do it quickly. I just pinch, put it in, and then inject. This one is stinging, like really bad today actually. I mean, on a 1 to 10 it's only about a 3, but still, Some days it doesn't do it at all. So for it to do it a little bit, ow, it just sucks. So then I hold mine for a little bit because sometimes I find with these type of injections it will like drip back out. So I'm just gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it straight out. No leaking today. So then I just put the cap back on. And then either if you have a Sharps container, or I just have one of these little bags that came with my box of supplies, which was from Fairing, which is the company that makes the product. So I just put the whole thing in. I don't separate the needle and whatever from the syringe because the medication that's in it, nobody should be touching anyways. And then I've been putting the Q cap in there as well. So then I just close that back up. I do have a little bit of blood there today, which is kind of typical. Sorry, just give me 1 second. So then I'll just kind of dab that. Not a big deal. And at that point, you're done. It's really not that bad, honestly, I promise you. Some of them sting. It's kind of like this tiny little sting that you get while you're doing the injection. Some of them, sometimes it doesn't hurt at all. So it's kind of give or take, different day to day, unfortunately. But you can do it. If I can do it, I've done so many different injections at this point. I really feel like anybody can do it. If you have any questions for me, I definitely would answer them for you. Like I said, today is this is the 3rd set of injections I have done. And I'm feeling it within my body already. I'm feeling the medication working, which for me is, I would say I've always felt it kind of, now that I know what to kind of gauge or feel for. I felt it right away. But, I also have lost a ton of weight, right? So my body, I notice things in my body a heck of a lot more than I used to. And I'm more aware, I guess you could say, of my body and the way that it feels. So even right now, as I'm talking to you still, what was it, like 2 minutes ago that I finished the injection, I can feel my ovaries, like, and my uterus and whatever it is, well, my reproductive organs, like responding and like knowing that medication is in my system. So, if you don't get that reaction, it's not a big deal either, because like I said, some medications I've used before, it doesn't do that. So you can't really gauge what your experience with the medication is going to be in comparison to another person. Everybody's bodies are different, and it is hard to hear that when you're going through this because you want to know exactly what you're supposed to be feeling. So I would say that I'm hoping that for when I go for my check on Wednesday morning, today's Monday, on Wednesday morning that things go well and that I've responded well. I really do think I have, but you really don't know until you get that blood work and the ultrasound done. So, all right, well, that's it for now. And I'm a little anxious about all of this, and I've done it a ton of times, so don't ever feel like you're being silly about being anxious and, on edge and whatever it may be, because we all do it. All right, bye for now.